person you're watching that's seemingly ticking off all their goals, the difference between them and you. Guarantee you, it's not them being better or luckier. Guarantee you the difference is they ain't
Put your feelings aside, give that wild side a try. I'm not that girl.
In this video, I'm going to share with you why you must stop comparing yourself to others, how to stop comparisons and know your worth. I'm here to lift you and help you know that you are bloody good enough, and you always were. We have this compulsion to continuously be scrolling social media. We see the good, the very good, and even the ugly somehow draws us in. What we are mostly comparing ourselves to are the illusions of others' supposed perfections we build in our own minds. So how do you stop comparing yourself to others when often comparisons are injected into us from so young? From the youngest of age, we saw what other kids had and we fucking wanted it too, right? Our parents would say things to us like, if you want to be big and strong like such and such, you better eat your greens, yada yada. As we grow, we still look to see if that grass is bloody greener on the other side. We see people, their things, their looks, their traits, and ka-fucking boom, those illusion alarms of comparison be going off in our noggins. Why do we compare ourselves to others? Because that illusion demon in our mind often depicts our life as lesser, and sometimes more. When we see our lives as lesser, we can feel pangs of envy, jealousy, resentment. When we see ourselves as more, we can be fooled by the illusion that we don't have to keep striving because we are already all that and a bag of chips. So what is an illusion? It's an idea or belief, and when we have these false ideas or beliefs, we can be sucked into a vortex of comparison. Comparing yourself to others will lead you to trying to be someone that you're not. And really, why the hell would you want to be somebody else? Everybody else is who they are, and who they are is taken. There's no room to be them, just as there's no room for them to be you. Focus on yourself and bettering yourself, and not how good others are or have it. Focus on what you need to do and don't give a shit what others are doing. The time wasted on comparing yourself to everybody else could be spent on bettering yourself. We have no idea the struggle or sacrifices others have made to have what they have or be where they are today. Comparing yourself to others will only lead to disaster. They are completely them, and it is impossible for you or I to replicate that. Bootleg can never compare to an original, and this is why it's so important to focus on bettering whom you are than comparing yourself to whom they are. It is great to compare where others are in life if we are going to use that for our own inspiration for success. But if we are going to get caught up in the mind fuckery of feeling inferior, then it's time to stop idealizing the people that have this impact on us. We should only use comparisons as proof that if they've got something or achieved something, then it's possible for us to get or achieve it too. You should never be comparing yourself to others to beat yourself up or talk yourself up. By not comparing yourself to others, you are more likely to live the life you want and not the life you think you want. So easy to be lured in by the glitz we see others projecting from their social media feeds that can lead us to the misconception that we need the same crap in our own life to feel successful. Building an Instagram platform takes several years of networking in the right circles and hard bloody work. We see influencers and wannabe influencers flexing their designer gear, and we think we gotta have it too. Don't get me wrong, some of that shit's on my wish list too, but I know it won't complete me. And you know what? It won't complete you either. But in the real world, most people couldn't give a flying fuck how many Prada bags or Gucci belts someone is flaunting. Give me a bomb if you agree. Because in the real world, we know we have bills to pay, and once that boasting Instapic's gone up, where do you think most of that stuff's gonna end up? Probably in the cupboard with all the other unnecessary bullshit gathering dust. The thrill of the flex can often lead to credit card debt and a whole lot of misery. It's gonna be nice to have nice things, but we must ask ourselves, do we really want these nice things, or do we just want to compete with the Joneses with these nice things. If you really want these nice things, then by all means, do whatever it takes to make this goal happen for you. If you really want it to compare yourself with others and to feel just as worthy, then for fuck's sake, don't waste your hard-earned money. The thrill will dissipate into regret so fast. Another reason to stop comparing your life to others is because nobody's life is perfect. I know you've heard it all before, but it's true. We are mostly seeing people's highlight reels on social media. And no matter how much others protest, they show the good, the bad, and the ugly. Whilst they may skim over it, I call bullshit on the whole shebang. Most people's ugly wouldn't even be allowed to be aired. So there's that. We all go through ups and downs, and nobody's life gets a rainbow without wading through some shit storms. For every person's life you look at through rose-colored glasses, guarantee you there'll be someone looking at yours through the same tinted lenses. Whether you count your every blessing or not, I have no doubt others wish they could count the same ones. We more often compare our lives negatively to others. Seldom do we compare our positives to what others could only wish for. Of course, we are only human. There will always be things we wish we had or could do, but there are so many things we have and do that others could only wish for. To others, our life may be their ideal of perfection. Again, goes back to illusions. Illusions, delusions, or projections coming from others' portrayals and our depictions of them. Comparison really is the thief of joy. If we are not happy with all we have today, we won't be happy with what we get tomorrow either. You have to stop comparing yourself with others if you want to feel satisfaction. So often we get caught up in the comparison of exteriors. The exteriors are truly all we bloody see. We do not know what goes on inside, whether it be within someone's home or their soul. We have no idea what goes on behind closed doors. Sometimes the seemingly happiest people are the loneliest of people. Sometimes perfect looking marriages are marred by conflict and infidelities, debt and unease. The thing is, we just do not know. Somebody could look aesthetically pleasing but be riddled by self-doubt and insecurities that leave them secretly hating themselves. Others may look to have it all with their flashy houses and cars and top-notch holidays but be drowning in debt. You may be a renter who feels unworthy next to your peers who have their own homes. As reality may have it, you are in fact debt-free and they are being weighed down by a mortgage that's killing them. There are two sides to every coin, and this is why you cannot compare yourself to anyone. Maybe they're happy and we can only hope they are, but maybe they're not. Maybe they are fulfilled, maybe they're completely unfulfilled. Sometimes when we deem another attractive, we compare ourselves to everything in them we feel we lack. But fact of the matter is, we should be able to acknowledge another's beauty without depreciating our own. Being able to see the good and the beauty in another is a virtue, not a detriment. Pointing out another's fabulousness doesn't lessen who you are. Being able to acknowledge another's fabulousness heightens who you are. It takes a strong person to give another a compliment and genuinely mean it. Strength is in making others feel they are enough without second guessing whether you are enough too. Personally find it weak as piss when one cannot point out the good in others but feels the need to shun it or try to bring it down. Enviousness becomes apparent when it pains one so much to see another's good that they can't speak of it out loud. Like if they ignore or try to diminish another's good, others also won't see it. It is a sign of weakness when one tries to take away from another's good with criticisms to heighten their own self-esteem. Comparing others negatively to yourself may make you feel better, but it won't make you look better. We must also be careful we don't see others' successes as invalidation, but use it for motivation. Another doing great in life doesn't mean they are better than us or luckier than us. We should see it as motivation that anything with the right attitude and effort can be accomplished. Take social media, for example. That person you're watching that's seemingly ticking off all their goals and kicking life's ass. There's a big difference between them and you. Guarantee you, it's not them being better, or luckier. Guarantee you the difference is they ain't fucking comparing themselves to anyone. They've got their head down, their ass up, and they're bringing it every day, chasing them goals. Grinding like motherfuckers to fulfill their hopes and dreams. Where the hell is watching them with bitterness and feelings of inferiority gonna get you? A bloody nowhere. That's where it's gonna get you. You want what they got, you're gonna have to be prepared to do what they do. Stop comparing yourself to others. You need to follow those that motivate you, not deflate you. Stop obsessing like a stark raving lunatic over somebody that makes you feel shit about yourself. If watching them flex and boast, or even just winning at life, makes you feel insignificant, inferior, then for frig's sake, why the bloody hell you keep watching? Unfollow, unsubscribe, unfriend, block. Do whatever it is you need to do to maintain your mental peace. We are not lesser than anyone else, and they not lesser than we. What they're doing is none of our bloody business. Sure, some people may have fucking airs about them and thinks the sun shines from their own arse. Fact is, that is an illusion in their own mind. Do not let their delusions project into your mind. Call me weird, but if I see others with something, I don't want it. I want uniqueness. I want to walk my own path. I won't walk behind anyone because they'll be leading me where I don't want to go. We're all on our own journey, and as I've said before, following the crowd leads to overcrowding. We cannot come in on another's journey and assume to walk the same path and reach the same destination. Ask yourself, where the hell have they been? What trials and tribulations had they overcome before you stumbled in on this leg of their journey? Take Bren'e and Mel Robbins. I see them as both powerhouses of women. But do I want to be them? No, I bloody don't. Do I aspire to be like them? Of course I fucking do. But only in the sense of inspiring others to believe in themselves. They've trod where I've not, or most likely will never tread. So to think I can compare to where they are on their journey is ludicrous. I have to pave my own pathway to success. Potentially more sweary than them too. And do you know how many people that are doing nothing have said to me? Other personal growth creators, don't talk like you. Perhaps you should tone it down. That's the whole bloody point. I'm one unto myself. They are trying to calm what flows within me, mold me into who I am not for their comfort. And you know what? This is my journey, not theirs or anybody else's. I'm not here to make ripples. I'm here to create fucking waves. If I even try to paddle behind greats like Bren'e or Mel Robbins, then I'll most surely fucking drown. We cannot ride on another's greatness. We must create our own. This is what you must tell yourself next time you are drawn in by comparison to somebody else. If another has done it, it is a bloody good indication it can be done. And with the right effort, you can do it too. Use others' successes as inspiration to your aspirations. But never, and I mean never, let them become your degradation or deflation. How to stop comparing yourself to others is to believe you deserve it all, and you absolutely do. Every single great we look up to has walked their own path to greatness. When others try to sink us or hold us back, it's because they fear how far we're gonna go whilst they're stuck in the same spot. Anything we see another has or another can do is most likely there for us to grab in some form too. We all have different lives. We all have different strong points, setbacks, and weaknesses. But the most of us have the same world of opportunities to chase our dreams. But firstly, you must absolutely, unequivocally stop comparing yourself to others. We must find the magic in chasing our own bloody dreams and stop trying to ride the wave of anybody else's. I know you've got this. Let me know in the comments what you aspire to be or have. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the sub button and the bell so you don't miss my next one. So grateful to those of you whom already have. If you want to see more, I've linked my playlist below. Thanks for watching. See ya.
Break out of your shell, meet me halfway.